Hey guys, it's Lizzie. So, yay, Michelle is here. Yeah, you're totally first. So, I'm streaming way earlier than I usually do in the afternoon, and my new video is coming out tonight in actually 2 hours at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And the video is why be Catholic and not just Christian, because Protestants don't consider Catholics Christians and call themselves Christians. So the whole point of the video is why become Catholic Christian rather than just being Protestant Christian. So that video will be linked below. I'm really excited about it. My hope is that Protestants will come across the video, randomly be recommended it on YouTube, and maybe it will help spur a conversion. Hi Fatima, hi Liam, hi Raul, hi Mimi. So, hi Victoria, yay, everyone's here, the crew. So, today I want to talk about churches opening up, mass starting up, my thoughts on all of it. In Orange County, which is below me, they really started opening up the sacraments and everything, and I'm sure LA is next. So, I just wanted to share my thoughts and yeah. So one of my subscribers reached out to me and said that her priest actually died, who was giving out sacraments, and he was older, and who knows, maybe he had a pre-existing condition, but I think it's a real thing that a lot of priests are elderly. Like my priest is really old, and it's scary to think that maybe opening up churches and being given the Eucharist could expose our priests and they could die. I feel very protective over our priests, especially since we have priest shortages. So that's one side of the equation. And actually, for me, I stopped receiving the Eucharist 2 weeks before Mass closed because the virus was starting spreading. And I was like, if I'm infected, I don't want to risk getting the priest sick and killing him. So I'll take one for the team and not receive the Eucharist. And so once we go back to Mass again, I'm not going to receive the Eucharist. And I know some people might totally disagree with that, which is fine. I think we all can view this illness in different ways. I mean, this is brand new to everyone, so maybe I'm totally wrong. Comment below, fight me on this if you think I'm wrong. But that's kind of a decision I made for myself just because it really freaks me out thinking of like my own priest dying or getting sick. And I'm sure everyone's like that. And obviously I'm craving Jesus so much and really, really, really miss Jesus. And I feel very far from God. But it scares me so much that I could be asymptomatic and actually be spreading it to people. And I was actually thinking about this because a lot of people don't wear masks in public, and everyone always freaks out on me about this on Twitter. And the reason is because I live in a city, and so when people are walking around, it's not always 6 feet. It's like someone walks and then someone like 20 seconds later walks in the same place. And if you exhale, the virus could be sitting there. So I feel like people who get mad at me about masks just live in a place that isn't a city, and they live in like a super suburban farm area or something, which is totally different situation. And also my mask has a filter on it and it goes like all the way to here. So all these people who are like masks do nothing haven't done their research. And even without a filter, the main reason for wearing a mask is if you are infected, preventing you from putting it in the air and getting people sick, which is like the entire purpose. Rural, did I pronounce it wrong? I'm horrible pronouncing words. I should make a whole video at all the words that I'm horrible at pronouncing. But I will say I will definitely attend Mass once it opens up though, even though I feel like I'm being extremely conservative about the whole coronavirus and taking it really, really seriously. I definitely will go to Mass, and I'm really, really excited, and will probably attend it very frequently. So I told Lizzie that I got a new mask, reusable. You said suburban. Is suburban different than rural? Sorry guys, I've lived in a city this is my 3rd year, and so I kind of consider everything else like not the same. Like if you don't have 3 Trader Joe's within less than a mile, you're in suburbia or rural or on a farm. I don't know. I grew up in suburbia, and then my college, urban, suburban, then rural. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know. I guess I haven't really traveled in many places that are actual, like, straight up rural. I will say I've traveled through Virginia a lot because one of my best friends, actually 2 of my friends live there. Actually, 4 of my friends live there. People keep moving to Virginia and I make new friends. And oh my gosh, my relatives live there too. I should move to Virginia. Everyone lives in Virginia. But anyways, I've traveled through Virginia a lot because my dad and I like road trip there because my dad was basically adopted and he just found his birth family. So all his, not all of his relatives, but a ton of his relatives live in Virginia. So I've driven there a lot and there's like loads of farmland and everything. So maybe that's what rural is. And then suburban is when there's like homes, but the homes have big lawns. So where I live, there's not lawns. It's kind of like apartment buildings and houses, but it's like very packed together. And so it's not like, oh, maybe someone will walk by in 10 hours. It's like, oh, there's a person right across the street from me and we're walking past each other and they're not wearing a mask. That's the kind of situation I'm in. People are literally less than 6 feet away from me and we're passing each other. And it's like, what are you doing with your life? And the other thing, if I'm sorry, I'll get back to talking about masks soon, but this just really irritates me. If you live in an apartment building with stairs and multiple people in the apartment, you will 1,000% be passing people in the hallway. So there's zero excuses to not be wearing your mask when you're within your apartment building because you're gonna pass people in the hallway. It's a real thing that happens constantly, and I'm the only one wearing a mask, and it's so stressful to me. And I know if I get it, I will feel so grateful and not feel guilty because I will say I tried my absolute best to not spread this. And other people I think should feel guilty if they get it and are like, oh, I haven't been wearing a mask. I've been passing all my neighbors who also haven't been wearing masks. Oh, probably the whole apartment building will have it now. Like, yeah, so I just wanted to share my perspective when I'm talking about masks. It's because I live in a very urban area and I get that other people, they don't have neighbors who are living as close and they're not like constantly passing by people. But living in an apartment and then having streets with small sidewalks with loads of people. So yeah, that's my whole situation. Lizzie without makeup, 12. Lizzie without makeup, 10. You guys are so sweet. I think we have to wear masks where I live. Pray more about receiving Jesus. Okay, I'll pray about it more and think about it for sure. Indiana is the most boring drive ever. I actually lived there for 5 years, but we didn't go on road trips, so I don't know what it's actually like there. I feel nervous about churches reopening and I want to go to mass, but I'm scared about getting or spreading the virus. I mean, I know I will 1,000% go to mass because I miss it so much. And I was actually watching a Jacqueline Glenn video where she talked about this. And oh my gosh, guys, I am making a response video to Jacqueline Glenn's iconic video, Why I'm an Atheist. I have the whole video script written. So that video will be probably next week, but I'm so excited because all of her points are trash and it's so easy to, she just doesn't understand what Christianity even believes. It's like astounding to me how much she doesn't get Christianity. But anyways, that video will be up next week. Wait, today's Sunday. So this week, my video on the Immaculate Conception will be up. And next week, my video responding to Jacqueline Glenn's Why I'm Atheist will be up. Thank you for the super chat donation. The lockdown was good and bad in my country. I've got friends and family who are literally depressed because of church closures. Others are having the best times of their lives without the mask. Yeah, so one of my other subscribers messaged me and she said that her best friend was actually taken into a psychiatric ward because she attempted suicide. And that's a real thing where my depression started getting bad because of staying inside all the time. Like my bipolar has gotten worse. I've been sleeping like 12, even 14-hour days. Like I'm going into depression. I don't feel like I'm in depression when I'm awake. Like I feel very productive and stuff, but my sleep cycle is like spiraling into depression basically. It's really weird actually. I feel like I'm in a mixed episode because my sleep is as if I'm in depression, but then when I'm awake it's as if I'm not in depression. So I don't really know what's going on with my bipolar. But my point is it definitely has spiraled me more into depression and I'm on like I'm drugged up with so many medications. Like I have such high dosages. I take 3 different medicines, a mood stabilizer, 2 antipsychotics. So I feel like if I'm spiraling, imagine people who can't afford psychiatric medicine or can't afford treatment or don't have a psychiatrist. So I think that's a real thing that we should take like mental health seriously too and not view it as like, oh, just physical health. Like mental health is real and that can really, really affect people too. So What online daily mass do you attend? I'm partial to Mark Goring's. I do Bishop Barron. I actually don't watch it every day. Maybe I should. But yeah, daily mass isn't something I do. Like, I probably, when mass was open, I would go 3 times a week. So maybe more than that. Yeah, because I usually go twice on Sunday, and then I definitely go on Wednesday, and then sometimes I go another day of the week. But I'm not a daily mass person. Maybe someday I'll become a daily mass person. But yeah, I feel like I'm too into work to do daily mass, which sounds horrible. But anyways, we don't have to go to mass every day. We're supposed to go to mass once a week, and I feel like I do more than most people. So honestly, I'm kind of just scared to even leave the house for walks now. Yeah, I was like that at first, and people were really fighting me on Twitter about it, where like, you're allowed to go walks, you're allowed to go outside. So after I got my mask with a filter on it, I just put up on my Instagram story where I got my mask from. Yeah, like if you're wearing a mask, it will prevent you from like spreading it to other people if you're like breathing and stuff. So I wouldn't go running because I feel like the air is rushing so much that it might and how do you go running with a mask? I feel like I would become kind of not able to breathe normally if I was wearing a mask when running. So yeah, and that's another part of mental health. So literally, to help depression, taking steps helps depression. Going running and doing cardio helps depression. I literally can't do cardio because gyms aren't open, so I can't go run on a treadmill or do elliptical or bike or anything. I can't go running. I could do HIIT training, but that actually isn't the same as cardio when it comes to how it affects your brain with depression. Cardio is the best. So literally, like, people with mental illness can't do cardio right now. So unless you have your own gym in the house and are super wealthy or something. So yeah, I think that's one part that is overlooked. But I wanted to talk in this live stream too about, I actually made a note on my phone. Let me go to it. I've been listening to Little Mix all day. They made a cover of E.T. by Katy Perry. This is like from 2017 or something. It's an old video, but it's so good, and they hadn't sung it together since like 4 years ago, and so it was on the spot doing the cover, and the harmonies were like impeccable. It was so amazing. I'm like obsessed with Little Mix. I love Taylor Swift, but I'm actually more in to Little Mix lately, which is kind of crazy because I love Taylor Swift so much. And oh my gosh, guys, I finally watched her documentary because I don't have a Netflix subscription because I literally don't watch TV. And I used to watch Friends and Pretty Little Liars like occasionally. So I actually had a Netflix account. But then during Lent in 2019, I gave up Netflix for Lent. And then I never got it back. So I re-did my subscription, and I actually watched You season 2, which is so good. And the actress, what is her name? She plays the main character, Victoria, I believe. She's also in The Haunting of Hill House, which I've watched, and she's like, I'm obsessed with her right now because she's so good. Let me see where I went to these notes to talk about it. Anyways, so I was talking about how Jacqueline Glenn made a video, and she talked about in the video, Christians can just pray at home. Like, why are they wanting to go to church? They can do a live stream church. Like, it's the exact same. You don't need to be with people. Pray by yourself. Like, we don't need to be there physically. And that maybe flies for Protestants, although it really doesn't, because I feel like for Protestantism, it's really important to like be with other Christians. Like that's the whole point of gathering together. It doesn't make sense to do it over a Zoom call. It just doesn't work. So anyways, I kind of made a list about what I miss about Mass and why, like, I actually don't like the live streams. Like, the live streams make me, maybe I am in depression. The live streams make me even more sad because I realize what I'm missing. But I kind of made a list of things. So, like, obviously everyone misses the Eucharist. I've talked about that several times in the live stream. But what I miss as well, like, equally, is church art. It's amazing being inside a beautiful church and being able to look up and see beautiful crucifix, paintings, stained glass of the events of Jesus' life, having statues of Mary and Jesus, and having angels decorating it. Just the whole church art essence part of Mass means the world to me. And I have my own church art. I have my own icons. But when you're in a church, it's like giant church art and icons surrounding you. And you just feel like you're in heaven. And it is heaven. Heaven and earth are meeting at Mass. And so when you're not at mass, you're not part of heaven and earth meeting because you're literally not there. So it's not just like, oh, it feels like this because of the art. It's like, oh, the angels and saints, it's one and the same worship at mass, and you're reminded of that because of all the art, but it's actually a reality where heaven and earth are touching. But literally the church art helps my faith so much, and it's weird because I grew up for 22 years in Protestantism with white walls. And it's crazy that in like, let's see how many years, 22, in like 3 years, I've gotten so used to the church art aspect. And I actually was going to become Orthodox first. A lot of people don't know this because they're new to my channel. But I attended Divine Liturgy and Bible study and Wednesday Vespers for like 6 months. So I was going to become Orthodox. And the art was like a huge say. And I'm probably going to become Eastern Catholic soon, by the way. I kind of thought about it. I've been talking to my boyfriend about it. So, like, once we get married, we might become, like, straight up Eastern Catholic, but I'm going to start attending an Eastern Catholic parish as well as my, like, main Novus Ordo parish once all this ends, maybe, like, as soon as the churches open up. Just because I think this whole thing has made me realize, like, how reliant I am on church art and liturgy. And yes, like, every mass you're receiving real presence. Every mass we're connected with heaven. It's the entirety of the mass. But aesthetics really, really, really matter to me and make a huge difference in my faith and my life. And yeah, so it almost seems superficial to pick something just because it's pretty, which is basically it. I mean, that's kind of how I pick my college. Because, so my college has like a traveling like music group called One by One, and they're meant to like go to different Bible camps to promote the college. And on the back of it, I had a picture of Pepperdine where like the campus is on the ocean, and I was like, I want to go to school there. And I also, like, when I was looking at colleges to go to, I, like, compared what the dorm rooms look like, and that was, like, a huge part of my decision, which is so superficial. I was realizing this recently. I need to pray about this. I am very superficial, like, parts of me, because a lot of people I follow on Instagram, I only follow them because they're pretty. Like, that's literally, like, a lot of the Instagram accounts I follow. I'm just like, oh, this girl is beautiful. I should follow her account. So, anyways, I don't think it's that superficial though, because God created us to admire and, I mean, like the true, the beautiful, the good. I feel like this is like a philosophy thing from the ancient world. So I don't know if it's superficial or not. I feel like, anyways, I'm going to read through the comments. Let me know what you think. Lizzie, do you act on live stream as if you were there? What does that mean? Like, do I act in my live streams? I would say that I'm never, like, fake on YouTube. I would just say that when I started videos, I was off meds, and so I was more in a manic state, and so that's how I've gotten used to, like, oh, I forgot to do my nails. I love when I film an actual video. No, in mass, sorry. Do I act in mass? Do I do live stream mass? Do you act on? I don't know what that means. Yes, I kneel when watching mass. Yeah. I kneel during the parts when I'm watching mass too. Sorry I joined late. Did Hateful Apostle answer your debate challenge on Twitter? Oh my gosh, guys! So if you follow me on my Twitter or Facebook fan page, then you'll have seen this. But there's this Protestant YouTuber who is making videos about me, and at first it was like horrible editing, no effort put into it. It was just like a picture of my Instagram of me and a Mary statue and talking about it. But now he like downloaded a ton of my videos, edited them through, has commentary. It's like good editing. You've got to respect it. He put effort into the video. But people were commenting on my Facebook page. They're like, Lizzie, you have to debate him. Ask him to do one-on-one discussion. Please debate him. And so I tweeted out to him. He had 0 followers on Twitter. So sad. So I am his first and only follower on Twitter. And I was like, can we do a live debate? So I was thinking we could either do a live debate on like through Google Hangouts live stream. I don't know if that's still a thing. I haven't done that for over a year. So maybe it's not a thing anymore. But either do a live stream debate. Oh no, people totally do that. So I don't know how you do it, but I will figure that out. Or pre-record on Zoom. But the reason I think I'd want to do it live is just because if he doesn't know me very well and trust me, he might think I will cherry pick and edit out the video, which is what he did to me. So he's probably expecting me to do it to him. So I would want to do it live just to make everyone feel comfortable. And I would like go over topics at the beginning of what we're going to talk about so we can prepare. I wouldn't just like go into it and like spring all this stuff onto him. So we can talk about like sola scriptura, saved by faith alone, Mary salvation, all these things. So love your channel. Thank you for being here. Basically, she's asking if you participate in mass as if you were there. Yes and no. So like, I'll be wearing my pajamas, so I won't like dress up as if I'm going to mass, but I will kneel with it, and I say all the responses and everything, and I like say the prayer, and I like put up my arms, so I'm saying the Our Father, because that's how we do it at my home church. So yeah, basically I do, except I don't put effort into like how I look, which one of my friends, her family doing mass, the mom like has them like dress up and do how they would do their makeup and hair and everything to make it like feel real and everything. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I haven't done that. How is my... I wanted to make sure just now that it's connected to the internet. I mean, no, to connect it to my charger. Okay, I'm gonna read through your guys' comments. Let's see. Trump is right to uphold freedom of faith. We do need more prayer. Yeah, I actually agreed with what Trump said. He is like milking the next election. I'm not at all saying that everything he says is fake, but you guys know how I feel about Trump. He's a sociopath. He loves power. It's amazing for the pro-life movement. I will give that. So even though I disagree with everything else not everything else he's done, even though I disagree with like a lot of stuff he's done, he's doing great for the pro-life movement. So like, you got to respect that and love that. I'm really proud of him for that. But I think he's doing it just to get votes, which is fine, like means to an end. You guys know I'm kind of into utilitarianism. Obviously, it's a flawed moral theory, but anyways, like that's great. So thank you for the donation, Michael. So anyways, he said this about prayer, and I was like, yes, that's really great. But what was really weird about Trump recently is, okay, the part of milking the election, he's like, abortion centers can be open, but churches can't. That's horrible. And I was like, yes, that's horrible. But, you know, he's saying it because the religious people who vote for him are like, yes, we've been thinking the same thing all along. Like, all over Catholic Twitter, everyone was saying this. So, also, weird thing Trump did recently, he tweeted happy birthday to Pope John Paul II. And it was like, are we about to have the second Catholic president in office? And because Melania is like traditionally Catholic, who knows if she practices or not. I mean, they don't go to mass. We would know if they went to mass. It would be like a public thing and everything. It's always clear if a president goes to church or not. But they did meet the Pope. So, I mean, I would love if Trump converted into Christianity and became Catholic. That would be amazing. I think it would change his environmental policies a lot. I think a lot of his policies would change. So, I would love if he became Catholic. And I mean, we pray for our religious leaders every Mass. Like in Orthodox Divine Liturgy, they literally say, for the President of the United States in their liturgy every week. So, it's like, we've been praying for Trump. I've been praying for Trump for years. So if he became Catholic, that would be amazing. I would love that. But I thought it was weird that he was tweeting about Pope John Paul II, because most people are Protestant in the country. Like, most of his supporters are Protestants and not Catholics. So it's so weird that he tweeted that. Maybe he just thinks that, like, the Catholic vote, like... Maybe this is like his actual campaign strategy, because a lot of Hispanic Catholics, I'm Catholic, are registered Democrat and vote Democrat, so maybe he's like, that percentage is what I need to win the election, and maybe that's why, or maybe he like is researching Pope John Paul II, which is like highly unlikely. I would be shocked if Trump actually became Christian. It would be so crazy. That would be like so monumental. Can you imagine in like 100 years from now in history class, like the most like uncouth, unethical, sociopath president converts into Christianity and becomes Catholic, second Catholic in the White House? Like, that would be insane. I think that'd be so cool for evangelism. That would like blow up the world. Wow. That would be really cool. Like, when we talk about like converts who influence other people, we talk about like Scott Hahn and Francis Chan, and like I helped some people convert, but like the US president, That'd be crazy. I don't know why we're talking about Trump. I mean, he's really relevant constantly, so that's why. Do you know if the dispensation for mass still will apply when churches reopen? I think like the bishop will say whether or not. Probably it won't. Probably you won't have to go to mass just because there's a lot of elderly people and stuff. I'm just scared of spreading the virus. Okay. You should make a video doing your nails, like in the video or showing how I do my nails. I'm horrible at nails. I usually get them done. People need to cover their mouths when they sneeze or cough. Of course. I mean, all the time. Like, everyone knows to do this. You learn it in school growing up. So, virus or not, we need the mask. Spiritual medicine is far more important than anything else. And Trump also said that literally liquor stores are open, but mass isn't. And that's so true. It's ridiculous. But I will say, like, you have more interaction with people during mass than you do, like, going to the store, standing 6 feet apart and buying your merchandise. So, I've missed going to mass, but I've been at peace not going at all, and I know by going I could possibly hurt others. Yeah, so it's like a sacrificial dying to ourselves. And during Lent, it was kind of cool because it was like a Lenten, like being in the desert, far from God, Lent. You know, it made sense and vibed. But now Lent is over, so it's like, can it stop? Our priests are wearing masks and we're receiving in the hand, but it's out of charity. I'm sad for Jacqueline. I meant to write, pray more about receiving communion because you already have Jesus in your heart. Oh, okay. Did you watch Good Luck Charlie as a kid? No, but I watched it when I was a teenager, when I was like in high school. And it's weird because I never really watched TV, but I think I was like 16 or something, and it was the summer, and I watched some of the episodes, so it's really sweet. And I followed the little girl who played Charlie, and she's getting so old now. I follow her on Instagram. It's amazing. They recently did like a coming together Zoom call, and we're posting about it. That's probably why you were thinking about it, right? And Pretty Little Liars recently did too. I'm not a Catholic, but personally, I'd much rather be safe from the virus / keep others safe and pray and do church from home. Spiritual communion can be just as efficacious if done with a proper disposition. I wish I could make a donation, but since I cannot, I will offer prayers for you and your viewers. Prayers are even more powerful than donation. 3 studies that show that the potential of communicating disease through different means of receiving communion is statistically significantly negligible. Yeah, has Jacqueline Glenn ever responded to you? Never. I think she's scared too because she always goes after the lowest hanging fruit, and she'd actually have to put a lot of research and thought, I think, to actually dialogue. So, what was the question? Oh, the potential to spread it through communion. Yes. So I've done a lot of research on this just because, well, number one, because when I go to Eastern Catholic churches, it's like in a spoon inside your mouth. And so I think because I went to Orthodox and Eastern Catholic, I was thinking about it more. But also, like, the 1 cup thing, it, like, kind of freaked me out at first. I think most converts will say the same thing. I'll get to the super chat really quick. So I did research and found that even during like flu season and stuff, the CDC never says that Catholics have to stop doing communion because it's like a gold cup, and the alcohol percentage in the wine and like everything having to do with that, they have like a alcohol thing, swab. If you've ever been a Eucharistic minister, you have to wipe it with alcohol. So because of all of that, it doesn't spread diseases. So it wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't spread coronavirus too, just because so many other diseases, it doesn't spread and everything. My former pastor says he prays the rosary every day, praying for him. That's so beautiful. Praying the rosary every day, there are so many benefits of it. It's amazing. And you grow so much closer to God. Do Catholics believe in both free will and God's sovereignty? Yes. So the philosophical position is called compatibilism, and that's what I believe as a Protestant. That's what I believe as a Catholic. So, yes. I love you. I love you too, Ricardo. It's not a cup, it's a chalice. Sorry, I'm a new Catholic, you guys. I'm sorry. That probably offended so many people. Did you see what I said, Lizzie? Let's go up and keep reading what people said. Krissa, you never answered how you feel about the fact that I'm in a Christian domestic discipline relationship. I have no idea what any of that means, so describe what it means. Who was the first Catholic in the White House? John F. Kennedy. Yes, it would be so cool if Trump became Catholic and changed some of his views to be more Catholic. Imagine if, like, his second term he's becomes Catholic and then, like, swaps all the views because it's his last part in office. So, like, what can people do? Like, he has nothing to lose, you know what I mean? So it'd be crazy if, like, he's, like, against the death penalty, less war, more healthcare. Like, wouldn't that be wild if he just, like, 180'd about everything? That would be so cool. I would be, like, his biggest fan. Oh, although no, he's done okay, but he's done unethical things in the past, but you would forgive him. Like, he would be forgiven through confession and baptism. Melania may be having that effect on him. Yeah, she's like the only one who can get to him. That's from like interviews and stuff. He actually listens to her. I have just been praying the typical at home because live stream Divine Liturgy just makes me sad because I cannot be there. Aww. Lizzie, thank you for keeping up the channel and keeping everybody informed. You're welcome. Live stream mass got me feeling depressed too. Oh my gosh, thank you for saying this. I thought I was the only one who like didn't like watching the live streams. My depression has spiraled as well. Praying for you. Please pray for me. I keep copies of most of Lizzie's videos on my Homeplex server. Lizzie, what's been the most attractive to you? The true, the good, or the beautiful? True. I love truth and intellectual things and like black and white premises and everything. Good morning from the Philippines. Good morning. To get cardio, run in place in your socks so you don't disturb the neighbors. So I don't live on the first floor, so that's actually why I don't do like HIIT training. Like Kayla Itzine style, I've done that before. I like can't do it because I live not on the first floor. I used to live on the first floor, and it's actually dangerous to live on the first floor because people are more likely to break in. I was actually thinking about this the other day. So it's more likely, like I think you're probably the safest if you're in an apartment building and on like a top floor in like down a curved hallway. Like you're probably way safer there than in a house, which is interesting because you see house as like a positive to own your own property and own your own home and everything, but it's probably safer in an apartment, which I think about recently. I don't know if he's watching this, but whatever, I'll talk about this. One of my stalkers, I mean, I don't know if you would call it a stalker, but like that's how I described it when someone's like obsessed with you. So recently was commenting on one of my Facebook posts and I thought he was gone because he stopped emailing me multiple times a day. And it really freaks me out, but I like paid attention to what his photo looks like because he recently changed his haircut or whatever. So I was like, knowing if I ever see this person to run and cover. So anyways, but like for my personal safety, obviously LA is a huge place, so it's like who knows what city Lizzie lives in, like millions of people. But yeah, I was thinking it's better to be in an apartment than a house. Like it's so much safer. So I have cried after the live streams. I can't. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys feel the same. I mean, I'm sad that everyone's sad like me, but it makes me feel better that I'm not the only person because I literally thought I was the only person because everyone's like, yes, Bishop Barron, yes, Ascension Presents. I love live stream mass. And it's like, it's beautiful, but it's like, it's so heartbreaking. I am pregnant and miss the mask so much. Happy pregnancy. I'm glad you're pregnant. Is it really bad symptoms or do you like it? I feel like it's either or from people I talk to. Not people I talk to, but like YouTubers and Instagram influencers who are pregnant. Like Colleen Ballinger. You should watch her videos if you don't. Because she had a horrible pregnancy and she was so open about it. And I was like, wow, I'm totally prepared if I ever get pregnant for like the worst possible symptoms and everything. Today we celebrate when Jesus started to work from home. Aww. Do you understand this, Tay? Amma, you love me? I like your dress. It's actually a skirt. I mean, it's actually a shirt. Okay, it's really weird how sometimes people think that like tops are dresses or they think dresses are just a top. What do you think it is about this that makes you think it's a dress? Because it's like lacy and looks fancy? I don't know. I never want to become pregnant, which is why I stay single. See, that's so smart. That's the meaning of marriage, is about having children. That's a huge part of it. You need to get a gun, mess, or a stun gun. Okay, literally, yeah, I'll get a mace for sure. Okay, I'm actually gonna like write that down as a note on my phone because I've been like ordering more things on Amazon lately and getting my life together because I was feeling so dizzy a week ago. Like, I have really low blood pressure, so I get dizzy a lot. And like, my dad's like that, my sister's like that, so it's not weird. It's like low blood pressure, too healthy basically. Because like, people have high blood pressure and you can like have a heart attack and stroke, but I have like low blood pressure. So, I was getting like weirdly dizzy. So I got a pill that's like vitamin B12, niacin, like vitamin B2, I don't know, like lots of different pills. And then recently I got biotin, and because basically I want to bleach my hair eventually once everything opens up. I want to go back to blonde, and I want my hair to be like as long as possible so that I get the most out of the blonde and it's like the healthiest. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to like pay to get my hair done and then only have like this much blonde. I'd rather have like the healthiest. So I want to grow out my hair a few more inches for that. And also it like clears your skin, it makes your nails stronger, it makes your eyelashes bigger, like everything about it. Because I like woke up the other day and was breaking out of nowhere. So my skin basically, like, I don't know if it's my bipolar or my bipolar medication, but it always kind of makes me break out more. So see, having little babies makes the first floor safest for me on the day-to-day stuff. Stuff can be replaced, but my girls cannot. Did you see my super chat? No. I think I replied to all the super chats. Let me see. I didn't see another one. Oh, I can't find it. I'm going through all the comments. Let's see. Oh, my former pastor said, oh no, I read that super chat. Roll! Oh, I see you sent me a unicorn. It's so cute. Thank you. Every dollar helps. Think how many bananas I can buy. 1, 2, 3. That's like 10 bananas. That's like enough bananas for 5 days of smoothies. That's a lot of food. Lizzie, what would you do if you met the fart dude in real life? I would like laugh in his face and be like, what's your deal? I'm a dude. This is weird listening to this. Talking about iron pills? Why is that weird? What was I gonna say? Anyways, so, I was talking about like my hair and everything. Okay, that makes sense. It's weird. We talk about like very personal things in my videos. I remember one time Vince, who's one of my like top subscribers, got really annoyed because people were asking questions about like oral sex in Catholicism and like, is it okay? And like when it's okay in marriage. Because someone was like, is that okay in dating? And I was like, well, is it okay in marriage? So we were talking about that and people were getting so uncomfortable because they're like new to my channel and not used to having like zero boundaries when we talk about things. Thank you for the donation. Hey, I've been talking to a priest and he said intellectually I'm ready to join the church. Because of the virus, they may get permission to welcome people to the church year-round. Yay! My boyfriend was actually confirmed on Christ the King Day in November just because he joined RCIA late and his RCIA wanted to make sure like he understood all church teaching, agreed with all church teaching. So yeah, and one of my friends, Liz, as well, she got confirmed in like last year sometime. I'm horrible at time and dates and everything because of my bipolar. My memory's like crazy. Jacqueline Glenn is great. I love atheists. I love her too. Menstruation can affect bipolar. I don't think it affects me very much. Like a lot of people get like PMS symptoms and cramps and headaches and pain and all these things, and I've never had symptoms with my period at all. So I'm really, really lucky. I hope that means I'll have like a perfect pregnancy. Not a perfect pregnancy. Everyone has a perfect pregnancy and it's like amazing. Every mom is amazing. But I mean like painless pregnancy. I love the Daredevil series. I kind of mad they canceled the series. I don't know what that is. Anyways, I was talking about how I was dizzy a lot. And so because of that, I've been taking all these supplements. So I also got an iron supplement because I was reading about anemia, which I've had in the past. Before I was vegan, when I was vegetarian, I wasn't getting enough iron. So I eat a lot of beans and seeds and nut butters and vegetables, fruits, rice, grain. I eat like a very balanced diet. And I did stop eating greens though. I used to eat kale and spinach all the time, and I don't anymore because I got sick of it because I was eating it too much. So I think that might have done it with not getting enough iron. So what do you guys think? Like, what foods am I missing to not get enough iron? But anyways, Raul, what is that? It's a city. That's so cool. I love, obviously, people who do super chats want me to read their comment, but it's sweet when you get to put a little emoji. So, anyway, so I got an iron supplement, and liquid vitamins are where it's at. When I was in Ireland last year, everyone had liquid vitamins. So, liquid vitamins, you put it in your mouth and then like hold it under your tongue for like 30 seconds and it immediately goes into your bloodstream. So it works faster, and overall the absorption rate is higher than if you had a vitamin. I was sponsored by my biotin company last year, and so I did all of the research for it. And yeah, so I got liquid iron vitamin, and then I was like, why did I get pills for B12? It was because I was at Trader Joe's and I was like, oh, I'll pick it up. But next time I'm going to do liquid B12 and just have all my vitamins liquid. And that's one of the reasons that I stopped taking vitamins in like 2016, because I had so many bipolar meds, and it's hard to understand this, but I was just sick of taking pills. I don't know. If you have a chronic illness, maybe you'll understand me. So if you have liquid vitamins, I'm never going to get tired of taking them because they're liquid vitamins. I didn't know about liquid vitamins. Liquid vitamins from where? Just go on Amazon, Google like iron liquid vitamin. They don't really have them at drugstores, but they do at different places. So, hello from Brazil. Hi, I really want to visit someday. Lizzie, thank you for the Bible class you've given us. It has helped a lot about not going to mass, and thank you for the patience with me, of course. It's helped me so much too. I feel so much closer to Catholics because I really don't have that many Catholic friends, which is fine having Protestant friends because we're Christians and everything. But yeah, it's so fun having more Catholic friends. Obviously, I feel friends from like comments and DMs and live streams, but it's fun actually getting to be like Bible study together. I'm on my period now and it hurts so much I want to cry. Oh my gosh. I had really irregular periods before, but it's starting to get more regular and I hate it. That's so sad. You should go on birth control. Do you know? I found this out recently. So, birth control doesn't actually give you your real period. So when you bleed while you're on birth control, it's not a period. It's like a fake period that they want to give just so people don't freak out and think they're pregnant, which is weird that it's like that. So since you're not having sex and aren't married, you should just go on the birth control where you don't have a period. Like, I think you should totally do that. You should go to a doctor and just get on birth control and it would fix all of it. And insurance covers it and everything. So yeah, I would totally do that. Most of the things against birth control are like fake news and like not correlation but not causation. I've done so much research on it because I guess with becoming Catholic. So I don't want to use birth control, but the church totally allows it. Like, if you're in pain, just fix the problem. If we meet, we can discuss my farts over coffee. It's multiple people. That's what's so weird about it. Thank you for the donation though. Please reply to my DM about the Bible study in June. Are you on Twitter or Instagram? I replied to so many people on Instagram last night because I had insomnia and couldn't fall asleep until 5 a.m. And I responded to so many DMs. So if I missed your DM, I'm really sorry. I replied to a lot of people and I got more people enrolled in Bible study. Instagram. Okay. I will check it again. Have we DM'd before? Because I was going to people who I've never talked to before, but maybe that's what I was missing. Birth control made me crazy. So, for me, apparently, like, if you have a mental illness, it can mess with your mental illness. So, who knows? The best thing about these fart trolls is that they still donate money to Lizzie. I think it's one person going between accounts. Birth control increases depression risk and risk of weight gain. So, someone's like, seeing a response from you utterly made my day from an Instagram DM. So it depends on the birth control. There's so many different kinds and everyone reacts to it differently. So that's why, like, obviously every medicine has a different reaction. Like, for bipolar meds, like, every bipolar med has like a list of symptoms and I never have any of the symptoms. So it's the same with birth control where people are like, oh, it causes this and this and this and this, and like, for a lot of people it doesn't. Like, so many of my bipolar meds apparently cause weight gain, and because I'm vegan and healthy, I never get the weight gain symptoms. So I feel like it's for people who like don't eat healthy or something. I don't know. But yeah, every single medicine has side effects. So I would like never be medicated if I was scared of side effects, but I'm not. Yeah, I was on birth control a few years ago before I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Please join the Facebook group Subtle Catholic Traits and share your testimony there. Why don't you just post my video in the group? I'm not gonna like write out a thing. Oh my gosh, guys, did I tell you? I'm rebuilding my website. I had so many, I think I made a video talking about how I was hacked and everything, and someone was like trying to steal my website and like log into it and everything and hack my email. So anyways, I'm rebuilding it. I have all my articles. I'm ready to post. A lot of it is like really like intense poetry from a few years ago when I was manic and like talking about relationships and like breakups. So I think it's really good stuff on there. And it was from when I was more creative. Now that I'm really medicated, I'm like less. URL, please. It's gonna be LizziesAnswers.com. Any other Facebook groups you recommend? It's like Catholic Geeks or something. Wait, let me go on my Facebook real quick and I will see what groups I'm in. Go. Okay, sorry, that was so slow. Let me see. Is there a way? I never go on Facebook, you guys. Is there a way to see like what groups you're in? Messenger, watch, pages, groups. Okay. So I'm in. It doesn't even show you what groups you're in. Groups your friends are in. Why doesn't it show you your own groups? Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, my computer literally just died. We're gonna go back to this question. I think it's Catholic Theology Geeks, and then Hipster Orthodox is the name of it. But wait a second, my computer will restart in like a second. Everybody like this video. Yeah, guys, thumbs up the video, like the video, and if you're watching after, comment below. That helps my place in the YouTube algorithm. I was asking about joining one of your Bible studies, but you haven't answered my DM on Instagram. I haven't. I replied to so many people last night. That's crazy. I will reply again later tonight. Jacqueline Glenn's arguments mostly revolve around the Bible's unfair, so it ain't true. Good points, but it proves nothing. Okay, I'm going to share with you the groups I'm in. So it's called Catholic Theology Geeks. Catholic Theology Geeks, that's what I thought it was. And then I was in a lot of Facebook groups from college things. Catholic YouTubers, but I guess you guys are not allowed in because you're not a Catholic YouTuber. Yeah, where are the other ones? Oh, Seymour. Maybe people haven't posted in a while, so it's not there. No. Weird. House group sisters. That's so cute. We had like Bible studies in college and we called it like house group sisters because I had an all-female Bible study. Let me search for Orthodox Hipster Coffee Hour. Orthodox Hipster Coffee Hour and Orthodox Meme Squad and Catholic Theology Geeks. So that's the Facebook groups I recommend. And on Instagram, I recommend Latin Catholicism. One of my friends runs the account. And oh my gosh, so I was going to be part of a book. I'm not going to promote the book because it's like too conservative for my channel. Like I don't want it associated with my brand. But I was going to be part of a book they're signing the book deal right now. And it's with like I can talk about this because I'm never going to talk about like the actual book. Anyways, so it's part of my like the same company that I had a book deal with, but that they like said I broke the morality clause. It's so stupid. Like how can I break a morality clause? Anyway, so it's with the same company. So anyways, so for the book, someone reached out to me for the book and some other people, and then I helped get like a ton of people to be part of the book, but then me and the people I invited, we all backed out because the book was going into like too conservative direction. So I reached out to Latin Catholicism because it's like a huge Instagram account, and he actually said he's been watching my videos since middle school and has since converted into Catholicism, and it was so cool. We like talked on the phone for a long time and are gonna hang out soon because lives in DC and I go to DC a lot. Anyways, so yeah, we like sort of know each other. He's really cool. Infiltration by Taylor Marshall. Yeah, I'll never tell you guys what the book is. You can guess when different books come out. Which it was, but yeah, I can't talk about it. Would you go on the journey home? I don't think I'm PC enough for them because they never invite me. I have a Facebook. My Facebook is my first and last name, Lizzie Rize. Facebook is made with crowns. What does that mean? I'm Protestant, but I don't believe crosses are sinful. To say a cross is an idol is far-fetched. Thank you for being rational. I really appreciate that. For me, being medicated makes me less impulsive, but not less creative. I just think there's a correlation between impulsivity and creativity. Yeah, I just know for me, like, I stopped writing poetry once I went on a lot of medication. It really changed me a lot. We need to follow you next time I log in. Lizzie, do you like Catholic memes? Yes, they're so great. That's what I was saying. Latin Catholicism posts so many great memes. Have you seen the movie Heaven is for Real? Isn't that the movie where, like, the 7-year-old later denied it and said he made it up? Christian seem to dislike pagans so much and it's hurtful. It's because we don't understand what paganism is. One of my subscribers who was going to become Catholic instead decided to go back to being pagan, and she explained a lot of things to me, how it's like becoming one with the earth, and yeah, it made me like less negative towards paganism. So it's just because people don't know. When you hear paganism, you think of like the Greco-Roman world where they like took babies and left them on the cliffs to die if they had disabilities or were like a female baby. So that's what, when I hear the word pagan, I think of like first century Greco-Roman religion, whereas paganism today is different. So it's just like all has to do with definitions, which is like the definition. Everything has to do with definitions, which is like the reason people disagree and don't understand each other in arguments. Everyone just has different definitions, and once you like define all your terms, you end up agreeing with each other most of the time. Have you heard of the new Fatima movie? Yes. Everyone was like, watch the trailer, watch the trailer, watch the trailer. All religions have parallels to paganistic ideas, but similarities don't disprove Christianity. Lizzie, I'm taking Intro to Philosophy and Ethics course. I'm having such a philosophical summer. Oh my gosh, so much fun. I remember when I took Intro to Philosophy, it was like a dual enrollment at a college when I was in high school, and it was the best class I'd ever taken. And you guys know I'm like obsessed with studying in school and reading. School was like so fun growing up, so for me to say it's my favorite class I've ever taken is like huge. It was by far. So that's when I knew I was gonna be a philosophy major. That's like a video I'm gonna make eventually, why I majored in philosophy, because I think it's really important. People view it as like so abstract and like what could you do with that, but people like get into law school and med school and MDiv and MBA, and so many things from philosophy degree, so it helps in a lot of ways. It's 1 a.m. in England. I mean, I would be up too. I was up till 5 a.m. last night. I could not sleep. Have you read about Paul in Athens and Acts? Ancient paganism worshipped an unknown god. That unknown god proclaimed by Paul as the god of the Jews. Did you get your twinkle lights from Amazon? How do you hang them up? I got them from, my sister actually gave them to me for Christmas, which is, it's not that expensive. It's such a good gift because every YouTuber has lights like that. So now I'm like being like typical YouTubers. But there were already nails in the wall actually, and yeah, literally it's just, no, it's actually command hooks. They were already in from the last person who lived here. And at first I was like, I want it to be even, but then I thought, okay, so basically I have it, if you see like there, that was difficult. It's like winded up and connected to the blind, but the other ones are command hooks. And then this is on like a piece of furniture. So that's what that is. It's 8 a.m. in Japan. After this, I'm going to FaceTime with 2 of my college best friends. One of them lives in Singapore, and we both live in California, so the time difference is like, how many hours? I think like 15 or something. Hey Lizzie, have you read Sophie's World? It's a book on philosophy that had a fictional story interwoven interesting. I recently Lizzie's wrong answers. Oh my gosh, did you guys the guy who made the video about me, Lizzie's wrong answers, it's pretty funny. You know, you've got to give it to him. That's pretty great. So, I recently started reading Saint Teresa de Lisieux, her book, The Story of a Soul, and like she is me. She's like obsessed with the ocean and grass and stars and flowers, and I'm like, this is literally my childhood and still how I am. So I thought it was really sweet. Hey Lizzie, greetings from Mexico. Hi, thanks for being part of the live stream. I appreciate you. Is your sister still a Protestant? Yes. I think my parents will become Catholic before my sister. Perhaps this is really self-centered, but yes, I want churches to open because I need to be confirmed. That's not self-centered at all. You deserve, okay, none of us deserve the sacraments, but I think everyone has ownership in the kingdom of heaven, and Jesus promises that we would be co-heirs with Christ and access graces through all the sacraments. And so obviously we don't deserve it, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you deserve it. Like, this is what God gave to us in the gifts of the church. And so you should obviously like crave and desire so strongly to be closer to Christ and to be embedded in the church all the way. God on earth describes it like in John as being like grafted onto the tree and the vine, and that's like what confirmation and baptism is and everything. So I don't think it's self-centered at all. And I made an Instagram post about this when it was all starting, that I think it's so easy to like invalidate ourselves and our problems when it comes to the virus. Like when I say, oh, I'm going into depression because I can't go outside as much, it's like, shut up, you don't have a relative dying from this, you're not allowed to be upset. Like, no, everyone's allowed to be upset. Just because some pain is worse than others doesn't mean that pain shouldn't be talked about. And so people who are like missing their wedding, missing graduation, getting into depression, missing confirmation, missing mass, like all of that is valid. It's hurting everyone, not only physically or mentally, but also spiritually. And so that's valid, and we should be allowed to talk about it and not like complain about it, but like talk about it and share how we're feeling. So yeah, I think it's horrible to invalidate people's emotions and experiences, because like obviously this is affecting people. Just because you're not like the worst case scenario doesn't mean that it's not negatively affecting you. Like, it's harming our economy so much too. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like low to everyone. There's really not an upside to it for anyone. So I mean, maybe some people are enjoying time with their family or something. I don't know what the upside is. I have not found one. These are my headphones. I just like hit them around the floor. I don't know. Here. Cool. My cousin just got married and was supposed to have the wedding 2 days ago, but they got married by themselves. Wow, I wouldn't do that. That's pretty cool. It's like you really value marriage and just want to get married. That's pretty sweet. Missing a sacrament is worse than death. Yeah, if spiritual things matter more, then that's kind of true. So it's like, technically we should have more of a right to complain about missing the sacraments than dying. But you can't say that to regular people because that sounds really bad. If liquor stores and wrestling shows are viewed as essential, then I can't say I'm surprised that churches are open. Would you visit Australia? Yes. It was so funny. So I did a Q&A like years ago back in college, and there was a question, do you want to visit Australia? And I was like, no, that sounds boring. I never want to go. And I got so much hate for it from people who live in Australia. But I watch a lot of YouTubers from Australia, like Kayla It Seems, I guess she's not a YouTube channel, and Freely the Banana Girl, and they're just like, I think there's some other YouTubers I watch from there. So anyways, I think Australia is really cool. They have a lot of beautiful nature. Obviously, everyone over here in America, we were heartbroken with you when you had all your fires and floods. That was terrifying and horrifying. So we love you a lot, coming from the US, and I would love to visit. I think it'd be really cool. It's apparently beautiful there. I'm guessing you got a lot of kickback from Australia's like a kangaroo. What's your main tip for being motivated to pray? Just do it at the same time every day. I agree with Liz, obey safety regulations, but missing mass is like crazy. I want to go to mass so bad, but my family will not let me, and I feel so sad. I miss Jesus in the Eucharist, and I need to go to confession, and also I just want to learn about Christ and worship him. Hi, Lizzie. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? Where do you live? How informed you are on so many subjects. I feel like you care a lot about us and people in general. Oh, I really, really do. Freely is whack. Okay, so I'm a vegan, and she influenced me to become vegan in 2015. So she's a little out there. I disagree with how she goes about with things. Kind of like Jacqueline Glenn. Like, she's atheist, and I watch her videos and like her. So if I can like an atheist who's super misinformed about Christianity, I think I'm allowed to like freely the girl. You know what I mean? Just because I watch someone doesn't mean I like vehemently doesn't mean I don't vehemently disagree with them. Like, I watched Tana Mojo, and she's the most problematic, posts like porn on her Instagram basically, but she's bipolar. Well, she's been diagnosed bipolar, who knows. But yeah, I feel like a strong connection with her emotionally. So yeah, I watch YouTubers who I don't agree with all the way. Do you guys do the same thing? It's like, I'm not gonna only watch Catholic content and like refuse to associate with people of the world. You know what I mean? Do you have to go to confession before you are baptized? No, because baptism forgives all sins. So when you go to baptism, it's as if you would go to confession because it forgives all sins. So it actually like works out better, because I was baptized when I was 13, and then I came into the Catholic Church when I was 23, so I had to confess sins for those 10 years, which was so many sins. It took 2 hours. My priest was very patient and very gentle and gracious with me. So, it's like, I loved my confession experience, actually. Like, I wouldn't have it another way. But if you never have been baptized, then you don't have to go through like 10 years of your sins in confession. So it's a lot better that way. Do little kids go to confession? Yes, starting in like 2nd grade. It's pretty early. I think once they begin receiving the Eucharist and everything. Imagine if you never watched TV with no Catholics on it. I mean, I don't watch TV, but yeah. Because YouTube is kind of like TV. So it's if you like refuse to watch a TV show unless everyone was Catholic. Yeah, so that makes it so much better. That makes sense, because like YouTube is kind of like my TV since I don't watch a lot of shows. So yeah. Is this Lizzie lifetime confession? You did a 2-hour confession? Whoa, it was 10 years. I'm not like this saint person, you know, guys. Although a lot of things he's like, that's not a sin. And I'm like, but I felt guilty about it for years. I feel like 2nd graders' confessions would be the thing. I know, it'd be so sweet. Priests probably love little kids. What just happened to the camera? The camera tripped out. I didn't do anything. When I did my first confession, I had to confess literally every sin I did until age 18 because I was baptized as a baby. Oh my gosh, that's even worse. Are there any Guinness World Records for the longest confession? YouTube has replaced TV for a lot of young people. Totally. Yeah, because you feel like more relatable and more connected to everyone. So guys, thumbs up the video, like the video, it helps out my channel. And if you're watching after, make sure to comment below and hit the bell button next to the subscribe button. Turn on all notifications. My confession would last 3 days. Yeah, I saw a melting Lizzie camera. Weird, I didn't see that. I've been watching Latin Mass. I wish it were here. Likely no, because of the seal. So my live stream is starting in less than an hour. Not my live stream. My new video is going up in less than an hour. I'm going to take a break just because I'm going to have to live chat for the video. And then I'm going to be FaceTiming with 2 of my best friends tonight for like several hours. So I think I need to take a break and stop doing live stream. And I'll see you guys at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern for my new video, Why Be Catholic and Not Just Christian. So definitely come back. We're going to live chat during the premiere for the video. And then on... Oh my gosh, guys, I still have to research for my Bible Bible study tomorrow. I totally forgot. It feels like Saturday and not Sunday. Anyways, yeah, so I can do that in the next hour because I need to get that done. I can also do it on Monday morning. But anyways, I love you guys so much. Oh, someone just donated money. I sent you a DM on Instagram. Please get back to me. So many people DM me on Instagram. I literally spent 3 hours last night replying to people on Instagram. So if I didn't get to you, that's really sad because I felt like I got to so many people. A good confessor guides you. He may be helping you accept his help. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me for an hour. I'll see you in an hour on my premiere. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!